watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure to subscribe button and the like button and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So I want to expand on something I mentioned last night in this ongoing saga regarding Kyrie Irving, right? Last night, I talked about how Kyrie Irving donated $1.5 million to the WNBA, right? And so we're going to expand on that. Now, a couple of years ago, in the height of the pandemic, the WNBA was hurting, especially the players. Players was hurting for money because there was no games being played because of the pandemic. It's pretty much all NBA, WNBA operations pretty much ceased for a good chunk of time in 2020. Now, Kyrie Irving committed $1.5 million of his own money to supplement the income of players who chose not to play, whether it be due to the pandemic or at that time, also in the height of the George Floyd murder, they were protesting for social justice. Now, the funds came from the Kyrie Empowerment Initiative that Kyrie Irving launched on that year, and also provided players with a financial literacy program created by the United Bank of Switzerland, or the UBS. All right. Now, he said that with the help of the WNBA players Natasha Cloud, who chose to sit out, Jewel Lloyd, also, he connected with several WNBA players who discussed with him the challenge they face in deciding whether to play. Now, all this was going on when they were in the bubble, okay? Now, he decided to help with the financial burden in the league, with the top annual salary is a little more than $200,000. Players such as Atlanta's Renee Montgomery and Natasha Cloud, they opted against playing for social reform reasons, right? And at that time, to be eligible, players must provide insight into the circumstances regarding their decisions and not be receiving salary from any other entity. So basically, they couldn't go overseas and play and draw a paycheck and then try to draw a paycheck from the WNBA, right? Now, during that time, Kyrie had an injury of his own. He had a shoulder impingement that he had surgery on. And Kendrick Perkins had yet to apologize for cooking up that bullshit-ass conspiracy theory he cooked up about Kyrie ducking Boston Celtics fans just because the Brooklyn Nets was playing there that night. Still got yet to apologize for that falsehood he put out, right? But I say all that about the WNBA to say this, right? They're seeing Kyrie Irving being publicly excoriated in the media, and not one, not Shanique Wnba, she opted to be a alternate reporter or alternate host for Malika Andrews on that NBA Today show. She quiet as a church mouse. You ain't hear a peep out of her defending Kyrie Irving, right? Kyrie Irving going to your games. Kyrie Irving donating all this money, and not one WNBA player out there going to support Kyrie. You motherfuckers are disgusting. Don't even begin to run your mouth about equality. Don't even begin to run your mouth about equality, because for one, you don't play the same games. Two, you're not generating the same revenue. So don't give me this bullshit about equality. What's up, caller? Divine Unity, my man Mark Wonderlick, Stevie J. Hit that like button. Right? Now, when you generate the same revenue, when you play the same amount of games, when you generate the same amount of interest, right? Then we can come to the table about equality. But when the NBA is basically the reason why you even in existence anywhere, because let's face it, you can go to your local Kroger, get a 3-for-1, and people still won't go to the game. They did an immediate overhaul, right? They had a big old massive overhaul. That's why you see WNBA players going on NBA shows, putting out NBA content. That's why you see WNBA players on commercials. They're trying to do this massive media overhaul to generate buzz, to generate interest. You got them doing swimsuit editions for Sports Illustrated. And what is the result of that? Is people lining up to see Sue Bird or Ella or Elena Delle Donne, even though she's a beast? Is anybody lining up to see Liz Cambage? Does anybody want to see Diana Taurasi right off into the sunset? People can care less about that. And you don't got to take my word for it, right? Look at the evidence for yourself. Do you see Malika Andrews pushing WNBA? Do you see Molly Carroll pushing for the WNBA? What about that buck dancing sellout Jamel Hill who likes Rob Gronkowski twerking all over her? You see her pushing out WNBA content? Do you see Katie Nolan going to the games? You don't see none of them going to those games. They ain't even talking about it. So if this Ramona Shelburne, you see her covering WNBA content when WNBA season's in play? No. But all them running their mouth about Kyrie Irving, right? Right. Brittany Griner actually had a cartridge on her. I don't feel sorry for Brittany Griner. She put herself in that position. Call me callous, I don't give a fuck. But when you played basketball in Russia for so many years, you can't tell me that she don't know the fucking rules. Kyrie Irving was on the forefront of telling the president to do his job to get Brittany Griner home. He was advocating for that. But we're going to forget about all that, right? We're going to forget about on his birthday, March 23rd, he donates $323,000 for a cause out there in New York. We're going to forget about all that and push this narrative that he's out here being an anti-Semitic individual when he himself is a Semite. So if Kyrie Irving himself is a Semite, how can he be anti-Semitic? Nobody wants to answer that question, no. None of these dopes out here want to answer these questions, right? They're not going after the individual who made the documentary. And I saw that that person that made the documentary put out a statement on Twitter. You don't see the Anti-Defamation League going after him. You don't see nobody else, trying to question him about what was in that documentary that was so-called anti-Semitic. But yet, Kyrie Irving got to go through a 6-step process just to get back in the league, and ain't nobody trying to speak up. Nobody in the WNBA trying to speak up, despite the fact this man here was a driving force in the making sure y'all get paid. Then on top of that, Amazon jacks up the price of the book and on the documentary movie. So the damn documentary is #1 in their marketplace right now. You know why? It wasn't because of Kyrie Irving liking it and sharing it. No. It was because idiots and dum-dums on ESPN keep talking about it every fucking day. So when you have this situation here where people continue to just provide wall-to-wall coverage, 24-hour eye in the sky, number 5 on the dial, then of course people gonna get curious. Of course people gonna want to look at it, and they can decide for themselves whether that documentary had anti-Semitism tropes in it. But I find it funny that nobody in the Anti-Defamation League is not going after that man who made the documentary, and that man is black. So why are they going after Kyrie Irving, making him do a public apology? Because the one on Instagram wasn't good enough, right? The one on Instagram wasn't good enough. No, we got to come up with a public apology, little boy. All right? We got to come up with a public apology because the one on Instagram wasn't good enough. We want to see you sweat. We want to see you bleed. We want to see you cry. Right? I told you, Kyrie, hey, if you want to put on that kind of performance, hey, you want to look at Jimmy Swaggart back in 1988 when he got caught with that hooker in the hotel room. Right? He came on that church service that following Sunday, and he put up one of the most epic performances out there at that time. Now, forget about the fact he was caught with a hooker a second time, but just know he did what he had to do to get people sympathetic towards him, even though he was caught in a hotel room with a prostitute who was sucking his dick. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Where are all these WNBA players at? Where they at? And don't tell me oh man, we overseas, man. We don't, we overseas, we're kind of busy at the moment. No, you ain't that busy to where you see Kyrie Irving getting publicly excoriated in the media, right? And I want to say this, I want to talk about this in another video, but I'm going to give you a preview, right? All you media personnel that's supposed to be black, all of y'all disgusting. James Brown, you out here following the script. I would never thought your butt, man. Jalen Rose out here apologizing, right? You got, look, it pains me to say this, but the person who's on the right side of history is, of all people, fucking Jason Whitlock. Y'all got Jason Whitlock on the right side of history when it comes to this Kyrie Irving shit. You got Jason fucking Whitlock, of all people, is saying the things that all these idiots in the media are refusing to say. Nobody is answering the question about nobody is answering the question about what was in that damn documentary that was so-called anti-Semitic. And I just happened to talk to a few people who was in that media, who watched the documentary, and none of them has said anything in that documentary was anti-Semitic. So I asked the question again: why the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, why the fuck is he not going after that dude that made the documentary? And that dude's willing to take it all the way. Y'all want to sit up here and have debates. You want to pick and choose who y'all want to debate with. So don't give me this shit about, we going to have training. Training on what? Is it training or brainwashing? Is it training or brainwashing? Nobody going, you don't see the smoke for the damn owner of the Nets. The owner of the Nets got his own shit going on about him. I'm not going to talk about it on here. What's up, you suit knight? My man Ticket in the building. What's up, bro? What's up, Ticket? Salute to you, my brother, Stevie J. But yeah, you guys, all you journalists and all you black journalists in the sports media, all you guys are disgusting, man. You got me out here praising Jason Whitlock. All of y'all gonna be on my fucking blacklist. Jason fucking Whitlock, man. But for real though, all you WNBA players quiet as church mice. Where y'all at, man? Nobody gonna step up. Shania Wnba, is that job being the assistant host of Malika Andrews that comfortable for you? That you can't speak up? You got the platform. Obviously, you're blowing it. So I don't want to hear this bullshit about nothing y'all got to say. You go on their Instagram, you don't see nothing about Kyrie Irving. You go on their Twitter account, you go searching Twitter for any WNBA player speaking up for Kyrie, you ain't gonna find nothing. And I got a problem with that because this man was instrumental in making sure y'all got paid a couple years ago. Y'all got short-term memory loss? My, how quickly we forget. Everybody out here just following the script. Nobody want to speak up for this man. Nobody. Nobody in the mainstream media outside of Jason Whitlock, of all people, speaking up for this man. Candace Parker, where you at? Yeah, when you out here doing business for TNT, where you at? Why are you not speaking up? So, man, you guys ain't got no respect in my book, man. You guys dropped the ball on this one. You guys dropped the ball on this one. So I don't want to hear you guys complaining when nobody's coming to your games and nobody's out here supporting your product and all that. No, because when y'all had the opportunity to speak up for someone who was coming to your games, who was donating to your causes and all that, and you guys said nothing. You guys were quiet. So don't nobody come to me telling me this shit about, oh man, we gotta support the WNBA. We gotta support these women, man. You know what I'm saying? Women's empowerment, black girl magic. I don't hear none of that bullshit. Take that shit somewhere else. Shit. I'm just saying, man, look, if we gonna sit up here and talk this shit about equality, if we gonna sit up here and talk this shit about a fair, even playing field, then we gotta keep the same energy across the board, man. We're not gonna sit up here and pick and choose what we want to talk about and pick and choose who we want to go after and pick and choose who we want to protect. Right? It's just disgusting what's going on, man. Wall to wall coverage on this guy. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't say anything illegal. He didn't do anything illegal. And yet, this guy is the proverbial whipping boy in the media. I told y'all Kyrie Irving was the path of least resistance. Kyrie Irving was the path of least resistance. Because they're not going after the guy that made the documentary. They're not going after Jeff Bezos. All you hear was, oh, well, we approach Amazon and we asked if they take the video down, but ain't this wall-to-wall coverage about Amazon and people not unsubscribing from Amazon and people not taking down their Prime membership. Hell, Amazon Prime went up $20. So if you paid $119 last year, you're going to pay $139 this year for your Amazon Prime subscription. You see nobody taking down their Amazon Prime accounts. You don't see nobody boycotting Amazon, right? That free 2-day ship is gonna come handy come Black Friday, you ain't gonna see nobody be going on this thing about, well, you know what, and then they got Amazon account. Would it be Whole Foods, the arena they got out there in Seattle, right? And they got Amazon name attached to it. I'm not gonna support it. You don't hear nobody saying that. You don't hear a goddamn person saying that. You don't hear the WNBA coming out holding vigils and standing hand to hand in solidarity with Kyrie Irving. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing nobody in the sports media outside of Jason Whitlock coming to the defense of Kyrie Irving and say, hey, look, we need to stop this. I think the only other person that might have said something defending Kyrie was Jason Williams. But other than that, other than them two, you don't see nobody out there, other than them two, nobody else is holding hand in hand and showing their solidarity towards Kyrie Irving. Not seeing that. You're not seeing none of that. This public excoriation got to stop. Especially if you have not seen the movie. If you have not seen the documentary, if you have not read the book, then why the fuck are you coming out here saying that this thing is anti-Semitic? Hell, Kyrie Irving, if he really wanted to, he can go after all the motherfuckers for defamation, because this is defamation of character right there. Forget all the butt breaking and all that was going on. This is slanderous defamation of character. And if I'm Kyrie Irving, I will start with that idiot Nick Friedel. I will start with him. What's up, BZ? Slim 21, what's good? I will start with that idiot Nick Friedel. And I'll work my way down. All you motherfuckers out there going out here throwing Kyrie Irving under the bus, not defending this man, right? But y'all supposed to be a brotherhood. The fuck out of here. This ain't no goddamn brotherhood. Ain't no brotherhood I know is going to throw one of their own under the bus like that, especially when it's not warranted. What's up, RG Titan? Where the sisterhood at, right? Where the sisterhood at? Where all the girls at coming out there to support Kyrie? It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I don't respect none of y'all for that, right? Meanwhile, Brett Favre still out here taking money, right? Everybody got a price for the $1 million scam, right? Nobody's outraged about that, right? We're just going to forget that Brett Favre still walking around here in society taking money from people he had no business taking it from. Y'all need to learn when to be on the right side of history. Y'all need to learn when somebody out here is getting publicly excoriated for all the wrong reasons. Hey, let's just say something anti-Semitic, but we're not going to tell you what's in the documentary that's anti-Semitic, right? You ask that question, and people out here just ho-humming and stuttering and stammering and slipping all over their words and all that. They can't tell you not one thing. Everybody just piling on. Disgusting, man. But that's my thoughts on the situation. WNBA players, man, y'all need to do better, man. Y'all need to step up. If you ain't gonna step up, step aside. Let some real folks come out here and show you what real power like. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure to subscribe button, the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!